Hello traders, this is Rich from TradeSight. This is a look at the market-leading ETFs via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for Tuesday, January 21st, 2013. Starting to see some real weakness come into the market here at the end of the day. We've got a downside CPS condition in the spiders and also in the MDY mid caps. Today is expiration Friday, so we're going to see some extra volume in some of these names. So keep that in mind as we go forward in the preview here. Here's a look at the domestic sectors. We're definitely stacked up to the sell side here, but there's not a lot of signals. But the one thing is for sure is there's an absence of anything on the buy side. We've got volume bumps on the XLF and also the SMH. We also have a volume bump in the TAN. A lot of the solar names have very much been in play, so we could continue to see some more movement in those, so definitely keep an eye on those. We don't have any deviations too much on the VWAP side. The TAN does have a open close deviation. It's about 3% below the day's open, and it's significantly below the day's VWAP. Taking a look at the commodities, definitely biased to the sell side here. They had oil up fairly well before the earlier in the session. Now it's really starting to come in. We've got a downside signal in the USO. We've got an RPS signal in GLD, and silver's got a contra sell signal to the downside. So definitely seeing some weakness here. GDX also has a downside RPS. As far as the bonds go, fairly light volume here. Not really seeing too much. We do have one signal, which is an RPS signal in the TLT. That's a reverse pressure signal, meaning it's pulled off too far from the high. As far as the foreign names goes, we're definitely to the downside. EWJ, that tracks Japan, has a contra signal, even though it's up on the day. It's trading below the day's open on pretty decent volume, 150% typical volume. So definitely a couple of things to keep in mind here going forward with these signals. Taking a look at the specials, pretty good volume in the DIG, the DIG. That's got a contra signal to the downside. SDS has an upside CPS. That might be the one to focus on early next week, and the DUG also has an upside signal. Let's take a breakaway here, and let's move over and take a look at the watch list with the Comer and the secret counts on them. All right, so here's a look at our watch list. The spiders and the Qs. Keep in mind that they both have a 9-13-9 condition in place, even though we don't see the exhaustion on the board right now, but those are still active. Other ones to keep an eye on for the coming week, the PPH is 13 days up with an exhaustion warning in place on the Comer. It's pretty close in the standard seeker and even a bit closer on the aggressive seeker. The OIH is 13 bars down now on the aggressive seeker, but is still kind of lagging behind with the standard seeker and the Comer. So I would definitely look for those signals before getting too in love with the long side there in the OIH. Elsewhere, the XLV is 12 days up on the Comer countdown, and we already have that 13 in place now on the standard seeker, so we could definitely start to see a roll there. The other thing is make sure you pay attention to the 9s. We are 9 days down now on the XRT. Nothing else is really all that close, with perhaps the IBB being the best one. 7 days up. If we get to 9 this coming week, we're going to see some resistance there. All right, folks. As always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for TradeSight.